Hola, hola, it's your girl Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome, and I am here to remind you. I'm a confidence coach, and I'm a bold stand for confidence, and I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hello, my darling. I am sending you this message from my car. My son is in the back seat. He's been unwell for the last 6 days. This terrible flu. It's not the vid. We already caught that in January, but it's a really bad flu that my husband had, my 7-year-old, and now my 4-year-old. He's finishing up with a cough. So you may hear him in the background watching Pac-Man on YouTube for kids, which I'm not a fan of. But anyway, you got to do what you got to do, and or coughing. So if you do, you do. Okay, I love you. Thank you for your kindness and understanding to all my parents out there. High five, you get me. I wanted to do this episode in my car on purpose because, as you know, if you've been listening, if you haven't, I'll tell you, if you've been listening to this podcast, there it is. You know that I get these bursts of inspiration, and I am an intuitive podcaster, intuitive Instagram poster. I like to share as things come up, and it doesn't always work for my team because I'm like, I got something to say right now, right? So yes, we batch record, and yes, we can have things prepared and planned. I don't pre-plan my content on social media, and I know I will need to at some point in time when my life gets really crazy and busy and we expand what we want. However, at the moment, I find this is really the best way for me and the best way for my listeners, the best way for my followers, the best way for my community, my clients. It is really coming to me, and I love sharing what comes raw and real and authentic. So I'm coming to you to share this. I'm about to jump into a shamanic healing session with gorgeous Sharif, who I love, and I am so in need of this. The last time I have had a shamanic session was right before our retreat in February. And it was powerful, and the exercises I had to do and the rituals after that session completely transformed me and my husband. My husband also sees him. And now we have a retreat next week. It is my birthday in like 2 days. Today's Wednesday. It's my birthday on Friday, the 17th of June. And we have a retreat on the 24th of June. Same retreat we run here. It's deep work. And so I'm really looking forward to this session. And last night I watched the Jennifer Lopez documentary Halftime on Netflix. And holy shit. Oh, yeah. I have just got myself together to be able to speak properly because all I did when that movie finished was cry. I'm talking baby, chest, stomach, heart, soul, body, wrenching cry, like sobbing, wailing, sobbing. Maybe not wailing, but sobbing. It was a body cry. It was a soul cry. It was a cry of inspiration, a cry of anger, a cry of frustration, a cry of mourning, a sadness, of joy, of realignment, of permission. I mean, it was mixed with so much. It is so loaded what that did for me, that movie, and who she is. And I wanted to talk about it because I don't know that you know this part of me. I'm going to cry. I don't know that you know this part of me. I think people see me and they're like, oh my God, Erica, the Queen of Confidence, 1.7 million downloads to the podcast. By the way, I love you. If you download my podcast, thank you. We've sold like 9,000 copies of my book that I self-published. It wasn't published with a company, which is big. We've got like almost 60,000 followers on Instagram, a beautiful list of people on our email. I have a great husband. I love my children and my life is amazing. Yes, cool. However, there is this deep desire that I have to impact billions of people in the world and get my story out and speak to the masses and support my community back home, come back to America to work with foster children, help women and support women to find their voices and stop doubting themselves and start showing up unapologetically. I have this burning desire to do this in my lifetime, and I know who I am, and I know what I'm here to do, and I know it's done, and I trust the process, and I trust the universe. God, I get it. I thank you. I'm like, yes, there's no scarcity. Hurry up. I don't believe it. However, there's this other part of me watching that film and finished the film and was like, fuck. When I started my business in 2018, when my son, who's at the back, was born, we had no money. We had nothing. Okay? We were in the worst position financially to start a business. We were in the worst position financially to do anything. And I'm like, I'm going to go be a coach. I'm going to go build this business. I'm going to get my story out there. And I remember listening to Gary Vaynerchuk's Crushing It audiobook, and it was a game changer. It just it showed me, like, Erica, no one knows who you are. No one cares that you had a crazy story, that you're intelligent, that you're brilliant, that you have something to share, that you can support people, that you matter. Not that no one cares in a way that I'm not important, but it doesn't matter. Like, nobody cares that you're here to do this. And not that nobody cares because I'm not important or you're not important. Of course we're important. We're humans on planet Earth. Nobody cares because there's so many people with stories. There's so many people with potential. There's so many people that could be, should be, would be. It's about you taking ownership and responsibility and permission to share your message out there. It's about you making an effort to take up space. It's about you getting it out there. Oprah's not coming to knock on your door. That was the message I got from Gary Vee. And I don't even think he said that to me in the book, but I heard that. And it was like, oh, this light bulb went off. And I was like, whoa, let's go. That's when I started social media. That's when I started YouTube. That's when I started my podcast. That's when I started putting myself purposefully out there and showing up and sharing. And that was a moment for me. That was like such a big moment. And we were financially ruined. We had no money. We were in debt. I had just had a baby. I'm breastfeeding. I'm working this side hustle. It was wild. It was wild. A wild time. And now, last night watching J-Lo's movie, and literally at 11:30 p.m. sobbing, hugging my husband, and him being like, I know, baby, I know. And I'm just like, fuck. Moved beyond words, I couldn't speak to him. I said, I have to journal. He's like, are you going to go to bed? I'm like, no, I can't go to bed right now. I need to go journal. And I have a dream journal. It's neon green, like neon bright lime yellow green. And it's one of my favorite colors now, which is crazy. And I was ferociously on the floor with a little salt lamp because my son sleeps with me, the little guy. He was with me because he's sick, and I sleep with him when he's sick because I'm awake and attending and doing all that stuff that mamas do. And he's sleeping, and I'm on the ground with the light on, just ferociously journaling, writing to myself, speaking. My hand just took over and started writing, and I'm sobbing. I mean, the tears are on the paper. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Why are you waiting? And it was this morning. And I'll tell you why. I'm mourning. When I was 7, I wanted to be an actress. J-Lo was like the person I looked up to my whole life. Still, I still look up to her. I don't talk about her, but internally for me and my friends, everybody knows my expander has been J-Lo since I was 9 years old, 10 years old. And still, watching her, permission giving, watching her be a stand for women, watching her be a stand for Latinas, watching her stand for something. Like, if you haven't seen the documentary, watch it. It was so powerful, the choices that she makes and how hard she works and how she doesn't allow people to say no to her and how she wants to be validated like we all do, and how people make fun of her and she works harder, like it was just amazing watching her story and seeing how she is and hearing her swear, because I'd never heard her swear and I fucking loved her even more. I'm like, yep, I love you. When I hear famous people swear that I love them even more, by the way. So I'm upstairs and I'm mourning the fact that when I was 7, I wanted to be an actress. And I wanted to perform, and I love it. I love performing. I love dancing. I love moving. When I was 9 years old, I said to everybody that I knew, I'm going to have a show and it's going to be a big show, and there's going to be lots of people, and I'm going to be on stage, and people are going to love it. And they're like, what's your show about? And I could never tell them. I never could tell what the show was. I said, I don't know. But when people leave, they're going to feel so inspired. They're going to feel happy. They're going to feel amazing. They're going to feel energized. They're going to love it when they leave. And like, I remembered as a kid how those people would feel when they left the show. I didn't remember what the show was. I didn't even know what the show was. And I just remembered how they would feel. And I feel like in my coaching business, I perform, I get on stage, I'm funny. Like if you ever come to my events, I talk about poo and vaginas. First of all, I'm like a confidence comedian, and I make you cry, and we laugh, and I love it. I love being on stage. I love speaking. I love hugging people. I love seeing humans in the flesh. I love Zoom. I don't care. I just want to get out there and speak my truth to the world. And I had this moment last night where I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm about to be 39 in 2 days. And by the way, it's not that I haven't accomplished, like, holy shit. I mean, have we accomplished? Like, we have a beautiful audience. We have an amazing community that we've built in our programs. Women from all over the world doing the work. My children do the work with me. My husband's incredible. We're making 6 figures a month in our business. Like, Puerto Rican Erica from the hood who grew up on welfare and food stamps is making 6 figures a month. Like, what? 100K a month? What? Wild. I live below my means. We're not fancy people. We're good people. We do good work in the world. I love this work. So it's not like I haven't done anything. And I want to really say that I do give it up to myself. I'm proud of us. However, there's a part of me that's like, my impact hasn't even started. You know, like, I'm like, what am I doing? How do I get it out there? How do I get my message to America? How do I get my message to the masses? How do I get on stages and speak to women and tell them? How do I get this work out there? And I feel like, I don't know. What do I do? Like, what else do I do? And I felt like I allowed, like, my American fury and fire in Australia, because that's where I live, is what got our business rocking. From 2018, when we had nothing, I used my American grit, Puerto Rican hustle, hood hustle, and we killed it. And then the year after, when I didn't need it, I was still using it. My husband's like, babe, you're going to burn out. And he was right. I did burn out. Got a fatty liver. I burnt out trying to save the world. It was not good. So I slowed that down. I took on a little bit of the Aussie, like, no worries, mate, chill, take it easy. My husband's a Cancer. He's very yin. I'm very yang. We're the yin-yang twins. And he's more calm and like structured. And I'm like, aha. And so I'm taking this feminine way to not push and shove and hustle. And I'm softening and I'm allowing, and I'm patient, and I trust the universe is going to give me what I want. I believe that. I know it's coming. But I feel like I slowed down more than what I would have liked to. And I feel like I've lost that American grind and hustle and fire and desire and focus. And that movie just like lit it inside of me. And I'm now in this place where I've just been crying for the past all day, all night. I've just been crying, and like I said, it's tears of joy and inspiration, and also mourning. Like, number one, I need to act again. I need to start acting, and not because I'm going to be on Broadway, but because I love it, and I love performing. I love dancing. I love performing. I need to do that. I have the time. I work 3 days a week, y'all. I got an amazing team. I'm rocking my life. My heart desires the arts. Number one. Number two, I want to get my message onto a global microphone. And so many of my friends are like, what do you mean? You got 60,000 followers. What do you mean? You got a podcast with all these downloads. And I'm like, I get it. But this is like scratching the surface. I'm talking like, let's blow this shit up. How do we do it? I have no idea, by the way. This is me just being me, telling you how I feel about my life, because maybe you've watched me or listened to me and compare yourself. Maybe you think Erica's killing it. And I'm like, fuck, I'm ready to kill it. How do I get on Oprah's couch? And it's so crazy because my ego mind goes, you just want to be famous? Don't do it for that. Don't do it for vanity. And then my higher self goes, no, silly. We need to get on these platforms. When you have a big message and you want to change the world, the bigger the platform, the more you get out to the people. And I think about Oprah when she said, I didn't care about being famous. I wanted to get my message out and impact people. And what is the biggest platform that I can do that on? Television. And that genuinely, when I check in, that's what it is for me. How do I get on television? How do I get on Oprah's couch? How do I get myself out there? How do we get our book published? with a publishing house so that it reaches millions of women who need the shit in that book. That's the book. Confidence Feels Like Shit. I don't want to write another book. That's the book. That if I die, I want women to have that book and feel seen as a woman of color who lived what I lived, or who went through what I went through, or who doubted herself, or who didn't have confidence to create this, and that we can all do it. That's the secret. Like, I need to tell everybody that. I need a microphone to tell everybody that. This documentary moved me, and I'm grateful for people like J-Lo that are willing to share, that are willing to take up space, that are willing to get a camera behind the scenes and share with us parts, not everything, but parts. I can't tell you how many women I've spoken to, all ages, by the way, in their 50s, in their 20s, in their fucking 15, in their 30s, that are moved by this documentary, that got permission. They got to whisper, like, what are you not doing that you want to do? Why are you playing small? Where are you playing small? Where could you play a bigger game? That's what I got. And that's what the women I've spoken to have gotten from it. And so I'm just sharing with you that I am ready. I am ready to set myself on fire in a powerful way. I am ready to take up space. I am ready to get my message to the masses. I am so ready to do it. And I am committed to doing it. And I'm going to do it. And I want to share this with you because I want you to know that we look around to other people and we compare ourselves to someone's chapter 75. Your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 75. We don't celebrate ourselves enough. We don't celebrate the wins that we've had. And let me be clear, I am celebrating the shit out of us, our company, our people, our team, my husband, the women, you, my listener, everybody who leaves reviews, my audience, celebrating my children with their cough. I'm celebrating. But I'm also deeply desiring to take up space and deeply desiring to get my message out there. And that is great as well. And so I don't know if this resonates with you, but permission for you to go for what you want, for you to stop waiting. Stop waiting. Why not? Why can't you do it? Why can't you have it? Why can't you create a way? And you will create a way, and you can create a way. And it's women who do that are the beacons of light for us to see. And I just want to give it up to J-Lo for being that light for me for so many years and still being that light. I feel like she's my Puerto Rican auntie, cousin. I don't know. She's incredible. So I'm just sharing the inner workings of my world and my mind and where I'm at right now and the morning that I'm in and the feeling that I have. And yeah, it's wild. And I'm looking forward to this new chapter. I am actively reaching out to PR people. I am actively reaching out to publishing people. I am actively reaching out to get this message on to the main stage of the world. If you are one of those people, if you know some of those people, please email support@thequeenofconfidence.com. I am actively doing this because I know that this message needs to reach the women of the world, and I'm down for it. So I'm buckling up. We riding. Let's get it. And if this resonated with you, let me know. And if this message is for you, take it. If this is you, take it. Do it. Go for it because you can. And the world fucking needs us. I love you. Thank you so much for listening. I so appreciate your ears, your time, your energy, and your attention. Please do me a favor and head over to Apple iTunes. Subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. Share this episode with a sister who you know needs to hear it. And if you feel called to, leave me a review. I'd love to know what you think about the podcast. I'd love to know how this information is helping you change your world. Thank you so much for being here. I know that there are many podcasts you could listen to, and I really appreciate you listening to mine. Have a gorgeous week, honey.